Hello kids. Now we are supposed to move towards our supplementary reader book. Okay, chapter number 1 or lesson number 1. The name of the lesson is The Tiny Teacher. Oh, so who are these tiny teachers? Let us find out. So, though very small, the ant is unbelievably intelligent and hardworking. Among the various kinds, the commonest ant is black or red. Ants live in comfortable homes called ant hills. So these tiny teachers, they are ants. They are very tiny, but they are teachers because they teach us lot of important things which we being human being, we should follow. So let us find out what these tiny teachers are teaching us every day. Name the smallest insect you have seen and the wisest. Okay, not only the smallest but also the insect should be wisest. Okay, is it the fly? No, it isn't. The fly is not the wisest insect because it spreads dirt and diseases everywhere. So it's not a wise or wisest insect. No, it isn't. Is it the mosquito? No, not the mosquito. Mosquito is not the wisest insect because it sucks our blood, and because of that we fall ill, we get malaria, dengue. So how mosquito can be wisest insect? No. Then it must be the worm. Worm? No. None of these. It is the ant, the commonest, the smallest, but the wisest insect. We have a lot of things to learn from ants, so they are wise. The story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue, but people have kept ants as pets and have watched them their daily behavior closely. So we know a number of facts about this tiny, hardworking, and intelligent creature. So the story of an ant's life is unbelievable. We cannot believe in it. Its life, how they live, where they live, what are the things which they go through, and how they contact with each other, connect with each other. It's really unbelievable. So some people, they have kept ants as their pet and they daily watch their behavior very closely. So there are number of facts about this tiny, hardworking, and intelligent creature. It is tiny, but it is intelligent and hardworking creature. An ant uses its fillers or antenna to talk to other ants by passing messages through them. Watch a row of ants moving up and down the wall. Each ant greets all the others coming from the opposite direction by touching their fillers. Very smart enough. So how do they connect with each other? They connect with each other through their fillers. In this picture you can see these two ants, they're connecting with each other with the help of their fillers, or these fillers are also known as antenna to talk. They talk with each other and they're very smart. If you have observed the row of ant moving up and down on the wall, okay, so each one of them greet each other, toing, and they pass, toing, and they pass. So they talk, they connect something to each other, they talk something to each other, and then they pass further. So this is a row of ant. There are many kinds of ants. The commonest among them are the black or red ones. We have seen them since we were children but haven't paid much enough attention to them. Where do they live? In their comfortable homes called nest or ant hills. Each has hundreds of little rooms and passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant lays eggs. Others are nurseries for the young ones called grubs. So there are many kinds of ants in the world, but the commonest among them are black ants or red ants. We know both of them. Okay, so we have seen them since we were children but haven't paid much enough attention to them. So we have seen them since we were children, but we haven't given much attention to them. So basically, where do they live? Okay, they live in their nest, or we also call their nest as ant hills. So each ant hill has hundreds of little rooms and passages. So one ant hill has hundreds of mini hundreds of small rooms and passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant, she lays eggs. Others are nurseries for the young ones called grubs. So in among these hundreds of little rooms, in some of them, the queen ant, she lays eggs, okay, and others are nurseries, okay. Other small rooms, they are nurseries where these young ones, or the the baby of ant, it is also called grub, okay. So these grubs are kept in the nurseries. Workers have their reserved quarters, okay. Workers, they have their own reserved quarters. They spend most of their time searching for food. Some rooms serve as storehouses for this food. Sorry, for this food. Soldiers have separate barracks. No worker has ever tried to live in a soldier's house. No soldier has ever gone out searching for food. No worker or soldier or cleaner has ever harmed a grub. So you see, an ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely, and never fights with other members of the group. So nice, na? How nice they're. It's very systematic, right? They have ant hill. Hundreds of small rooms are there. Some rooms are there for the queen ant to lay her eggs. Other some rooms are there for these eggs to get break, and the grubs they come out, okay. So they are as nurseries, okay. And workers, they have their separate reserved quarters. What is the work of the worker? They have to search for food. They search food for the other ants, worker ants, queen ant, baby ants, grubs, okay. And it is their duty to find out food, okay. So whenever you will find on the wall, on the floor, or in the kitchen, any ant carrying a food particle on its tiny delicate filler, so consider it as a worker ant, okay. That would be a worker ant. Some rooms serve as storehouses for this food. So where do these worker ants, they keep the food? They keep the food, or they store the food in the storehouses. So there are nurseries, there are reserved quarters for workers, there are storehouses where worker ants, they keep the food particles over there. Soldiers have separate barracks. Now soldiers are also there. Soldiers, they have their separate barracks. No worker has ever tried to live in a soldier's house. No soldier has ever gone out searching for food. So soldiers, they have separate barracks. Workers, they have their separate quarters. So they never go in each other's room and stay over there. Not like human beings. We always mix up our duties. We always mix up our place, and we invite others to live with us, and we also go and live with others in their houses. So like we do, ants, they do not do these things. They are very disciplined. They are very disciplined than human beings. So whatever work has been allotted to workers, they do it. Whatever work has been allotted to the soldier, they do their work very properly and very sincerely, and they never mix up their duties, and they never go to other workers, or soldiers, they never go to workers, and workers never go to soldiers' room, okay. No worker or no soldier or cleaner or the last duty is of cleaning. So cleaner ant are also there. So they never mix up the duties, and worker, soldier, and cleaners, they never harm a grub, a small baby ant. They never harm them. So you see, an ant's life is very peaceful. Each does its share of work very intelligently and bravely, and never fights with other members of the group. So this is the important thing we should learn from the ants. Being very specific, how to lead a peaceful life, to be very intelligent and to be brave, not to harm others, who are younger than us. This is the thing. See, being an insect, such a small insect, which might be having a very, 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 very tiny brain in its head, but still it works very peacefully. That we human being, we have such a big brain. We need to learn. We never live peacefully. So we always love to fight with others. Okay, so we have to learn these things from this tiny teacher. So they are known as tiny teachers. Okay, because they teach us to live peaceful life. So till here we'll study in this video, and the half of the lesson or the story we are going to deal in our next video. Till then, please leave your comment in the comment box, watch this video again, read the lesson in the textbook, and try to understand it in a better way. Thank you.